We made it back. Episode 4. And today we're back on those Knicks. Porzingis. Let's talk about Porzingis for a minute. Now this guy, he's an excellent player. This is the best thing Phil's done in the past 5 years. That's it. Just that. Now I told you last episode that they couldn't sell him on the bullshit. They couldn't come to him and say, hey, we want you to be the leader of this team, but pay close attention to what we do to the current leader of the team. We're going to stick our fingers so far up his ass, he'll never be comfortable sitting down in the state of New York. But we want to pass the torch to you. We want you to be happy. We want to make the team around you. Right? That's like one abusive parent telling the child's ass that he don't whoop, I love you, while we beat the shit out the other child continuously all day. This is really becoming its own. It's bigger than a story. I mean, if they get rid of Porzingis, they're starting all over. Now, you probably could get some pretty good deals or trades or something if you let Porzingis go, if I'm saying his name correctly. But the Knicks, they need to start all the way over. Okay, for example, the Philadelphia 76ers, they're by no means good, but they have a fucking waterfall of power forwards and centers. They got a glut. They got a guy that's a power forward that's going to play small forward, I'm presuming. So he'll have the toughest guards every night, that being Ben Simmons. But that's another story. We're talking about Porzingis, the Knicks. Now, let's just say Carmelo doesn't play another game as a Knick. And that's how I see it. He ain't going to play another game in that uniform. Maybe at his house, but not on TV and not at MSG. So what you got? You're not going to get nothing for Melo. I mean, I don't think. I mean, do they need a pack of Newports? The case of water? 10-piece from Popeyes? Because that's all you're going to get. These people are so rich, I don't even understand what motivates them. I don't. And you can see it in their play. That's where analytics came from. So we can keep track of this shit. Motherfuckers standing around and shit, not hustling. Nobody's jumping out of bounds to get balls. Stuff like that. You know. But hey, I ain't paying them. Now, Porzingis, this guy's unique. He's 7'3" with an 8-foot wingspan. He's got a straight back. You know, normally when you speak of people 7 feet, 7'1", 7'2", some of them aren't straight up. But this guy has the straight back, straight up. He's ready. He's got a good game, but he's learning in the wrong place. Thank God he had some skills before he came to the Knicks, because the Knicks aren't helping anybody. See, that's the problem with money. As long as the money comes in, we're not going to worry about it. It's broke, but the money still comes in. If you had a business and it was run like shit, but every week the money's there, are you going to fix it? No matter how much people complain. Oh, I can't stand this place. This place is shit. Let me get 2 burgers and a Coke. This ragged ass place. Oh, and can I get some dip with that too? Okay. Sure you can. Give me the $10. Get your ass out of here. And that's how New York Knicks treat the fans. Come on in. Spend all your fucking money. We want you to buy hats, jerseys, authentic jerseys, t-shirts, popcorn, hot dogs, steak, shrimp. We want you to pay $15,000 for a courtside seat. 15 grand for a courtside seat. Might be higher than that. But people gonna show up every single night they turn the lights on at MSG to see this clown show. It should be a circus. Now, we've seen the struggle with the 76ers. We've seen the pre and post LeBron struggle in Cleveland. Between Cleveland and the 76ers, they got the last 15 fucking draft picks. Now, if LeBron leaves that team today, they couldn't win shit. It'll be Kevin Love's team. That's why they kept him. I don't know why. This guy couldn't create a shot. This guy needs a fucking H2 Hummer to run a pick for his ass so he can get a shot. Or you just, go over in the corner and just wait. What the fuck is that? That's a stretch. And stand in the corner and wait for somebody to pass me the ball. And I hit the shot. I mean, yeah, he gets 10, 13, 14 rebounds a game. You're 6'10", you should. You should be getting 20 rebounds every game. But we're not talking about him. I don't like Kevin Love at all. He's the most overrated motherfucker to put a uniform on in a long time. They should have left his ass up there in Minnesota. Cleveland's absolutely crazy for getting rid of Wiggins. Okay. Porzingis, this year, 18 points a game, 7 rebounds, 1 assist, shooting 45% from the field and 35% from 3. 78% on free throw. Those are some pretty good stats. Second year player. But see, they couldn't sell him on that bullshit. Just like a girl talking to the current guy and talking to the next guy. So the current guy, you ain't shit. You make me sick. But with the guy in waiting, I love you. You're the best thing that's ever happened to me. Now, it don't take a scientist to see that there's a lot of dysfunctionality in this organization. Now, just because Porzingis comes to the United States to play basketball in the NBA doesn't mean he's a fucking dummy. It doesn't mean that he doesn't know shit. They look at the Europeans as being stupid. Like, oh, this is the niggas NBA. It's not the niggas NBA. Niggas don't run shit. They don't run the NBA. The NBA runs the NBA. That's how that works. You couldn't get 2 players to put $10 on something. Porzingis is critical to the success of the New York Knicks. But maybe Phil doesn't feel that way. Maybe Phil wants to clean slate this thing. Let's just give me 3 more years. Let me start over. With Porzingis leaving and not doing exit interviews with management and the coaches Says a lot for somebody who didn't talk. This has been building up. The anger, the resentment. Once you get past the paychecks, or if you actually love what you do, it's a problem. There's probably some people in the New York Knicks locker room that wouldn't give a shit if they lost by 150. As long as they get their first and their 15th, they ain't sweating it. They're probably sitting around thinking about Ferraris, Instagram bitches, shoes to go with an outfit. But Porzingis is thinking about the future. I'm pretty sure he's saving his money. He seems to be an intelligent person. But, as I think about it, he's a power forward. You brought in Joakim Noah at $72 million over 4 years to be your center. To basically get in the way for $72 million. I think that Porzingis should have played center because he's more mobile. He's got some moves. He's got the footwork, and he's got the speed. He likes to dunk. I don't think you have to say, "Hey, Porzingis, I need you to get crunk. I need you to, get in the paint like a beast." He seems to already have that built in. That drive to the bucket, I'm a dunk. I'm 8 feet tall, but I'm a dunk. All on you, bam. So after all of this stuff with Carmelo, he's just sitting back and he's like, I'm supposed to be at the best place and scenario, which I consider New York to be the capital of the United States, not Washington, D.C. Where else could he have went? Where could he go? He didn't say anything. Nobody knows. But he's probably thinking like, as soon as they run Carmelo out, I go to number one. If I ain't already number one now, I might be 1B. He's 1A. They want to make me 1A and 1B. Well, how long is it going to be before they jump down on me? How long is it going to be for Phil starts talking to his source at the newspaper and start doing these shade slides and these fucking side tweets, sub tweets, or whatever the fuck? How long is it going to be before he starts shitting on him? Because there's nobody else to shit on. Derrick Rose ain't coming back. They should have got rid of Derrick Rose when he disappeared. They should have got rid of his ass. It's kind of like when you're mad at somebody, but you take it out on somebody else. Right? Like, I might owe you an ass whooping from 6 months ago, but somebody did something today. So when I see you, I'm getting all up in your face. And you're like, where is this coming from? Scenarios like that. Some childish shit. Like an abusive parent. Not so much physically, but mentally. But see, look, this is what I always tell people when I have this conversation with them about the Knicks. When we talk about the NBA and we finally make it around to the Knicks. My whole thing is this. You show me where in the fuck it says that the boss has got to like you. In public, in private, in the car, on the plane, on the tarmac, on the runway, out on the red carpet, at the ESPYs, backstage, at the steakhouse. Phil Jackson ain't got to like Carmelo. Now, I don't know if it's personal. I don't know what it's about, but he doesn't have to like him. I mean, who says, "Oh man, my boss loves me, man. Shit, I come in 10 minutes late, he say, don't even fucking worry about it. Man, I clocked you in, man. You're fucking great." That doesn't happen. Bosses are just like everybody else, or people with more shit than you, or in a position of authority. You know, Carmelo shouldn't have never got his ass on the whatever there was, ESPN the magazine or whatever, with the green sweater and the beret or whatever. I don't know if he had a beret on, but the sweater was so military, it was making me envision a beret on his head. And I didn't read the article because I really don't give a fuck how he feels about political shit and people getting shot in the street by the police. I don't give a fuck what he thinks. If it's wrong, fair, right, should happen, shouldn't happen, I don't care, I care, I don't care, I'd like to see it, I don't want to see it, whatever the fuck. See, ESPN has turned into TMZ. You got like Player Watch, like player backs over mailbox, basketball player slips in the bar, football player pushes person down in a grocery store. I don't give a fuck. I don't care what they're doing off the court. If I did, I'd sit in front of their house with a camera or a camcorder or whatever, or join their fucking fan club and be the president. I don't give a fuck. I really don't give a fuck about the games. Only the playoffs are interesting. But only in the NBA can you have such dysfunction on the East Coast. The East Coast is like gonna fall into the fucking ocean. The fucking San Andreas Fault is on the wrong side of the country. It needs to be over here and let New York and all that shit fall into the fucking water. It's rough. It's really rough. When you start... Okay, when I think about the things that make me angry, there's a lot of things that make me angry. Like why on any of these car games, Forenza, Grand Theft Auto, there's no quarter-mile track. There's no half-mile track with the lights. What the fuck? What are we building cars for? Okay. People don't understand. The players are so rich, they don't really have to listen. Most don't. But Porzingis seems to be a special case. There's been a lot of stuff going on. Something's happening every day with the New York scenario. You had this huge mess with Oakley. And you know what's really funny? It was the timing of it. You know, Porzingis was shooting some free throws when all of the rustling Oakley started. And like when you go back and pull up the scenario, they got the camera angle of the guy that is behind Porzingis at the free throw line. They can see Porzingis and Oakley being rustled up out of the facility. How long do you think you're going to sit behind the owner and say, you're a racist honky cracker and you're a piece of shit and the team sucks and you suck and I'll beat your ass? How long do you think the owner of anything is going to let you sit there and talk shit like that? You can pay to get in and you can be thrown out. There's nothing on the back of your ticket that says You are allowed freedom of speech. Every single thing Oakley said could have been true. But guess what? You can't sit behind a billionaire and say, kiss my ass, I'll beat your ass, put me in a room with you. Police can be at the door. I just want to talk to you for a minute. You fucking 6'10", 300 fucking pounds. I'd be scared too, shit. And they say that wasn't the first time that he had did this, where he had turned complimentary tickets away and paid for his own ticket. That lets you know that he's coming in there on some bullshit. I don't understand what the thing is with Dolan. He's rich. He's super fucking rich. So these people are insignificant. Insignificant people. All replaceable. Porzingis, Melo, even Phil's ass. Get your 11 rings and get your ass out of here. It's coming. But it doesn't seem to be anytime soon. They couldn't sell Porzingis on that bullshit, man. They couldn't do it. They couldn't sell him on it. They couldn't sit this man down and say, you know what? There's some bullshit. This is some bullshit. Bullshit down the road. But we're going to give you a lowrider to go through the bullshit. Not a 4-wheel drive. Not a crew cab dually 4-wheel drive. We're going to give you an S10 with some 13x7s. You wade through the bullshit. We're not going to give you a Chevy 3500 heavy duty 4-wheel drive with 8-inch lift and 40-inch tires so you can just cruise on through it. Or straight to the car wash. We want you to have to stop and get out and put your feet in this shit that we're trying to sell you. Because it's real. It's real shit. I mean, Porzingis isn't an idiot. He's not a dummy. So he understands. Wow, this Derrick Rose guy, 3, 4, maybe 3 or 4 assists a game, but you're playing 30 minutes. So, what good is that doing? They might as well let Rose play shooting guard. And they had Brandon Jennings. I think they released him. I'm not for sure. I keep saying that, allegedly. But Derrick Rose, and then he comes in talking all that shit. Oh, man, this is an elite team, man. We going deep into the playoffs. Like, normally when I be on a yacht, I'm going to be at the basketball facility because this is a unique team right here. Man, let me tell you something. They should have drug tested him right on the fucking spot. They should have brought him a cup right out there and put it in his hand. Because either he's on drugs or he's fucking crazy. Or both. I wasn't expecting no deep playoff run, but I was at least expecting a 500 team. You know, I kind of had visions of Joakim, you know, down in the post, kicking the ball out to Rose, and Rose kicking it to Melo, Melo taking the 3, or maybe Porzingis and Rose doing a pick and roll, or Carmelo just backing a nigga down and give him that footwork. I was kind of dreaming a little bit. Not elite dreaming, but I was dreaming. I kind of had some hope. I thought that Joakim Noah was going to contribute. I just thought that him coming with Rose, I just thought that was weird. I thought that was real weird. That let me know that the Bulls weren't interested in doing shit. And that let me know that New York was ready to expand their tabloid back page. I'm from Chicago. Well, I think that's the Sun-Times newspaper. The back of it is the sports. You know, it's just one huge paper. I miss Chicago, by the way. One of the greatest cities in the world. Excellent place. I miss the snow. And I miss good NBA. And I came up in the Jordan era. Yeah. I lived in Chicago. That's where my dad is from. And it was interesting. Great time. Shoes. You know, when the shoes came out, they were like $80. But see, my dad was paying shit $140, $150 for Stan Smith Adidas tennis shoes. So it wasn't nothing for me to get, you know, a pair of $80 shoes. I was the only child. You know, my father worked for the railroad and the post office before that. So $80 for a pair of shoes wasn't a big thing. Maybe I like a pair of Porzingis shoes. Does he have any? I mean, really, he was the elephant in the room on the court in New York. You know, ESPN would, you know, they would bring the clips and be like, Porzingis is going off, check him out, he's good, we like him. But there was too much other stuff always going on. Who would want to stay there? I mean, if Porzingis wanted to leave the Knicks and go back to his native country, play ball for them or whatever, or the national team in his country, I don't know if he would have to give money back or whatever, but he's going to be able to keep some money, I'm sure. And I'm pretty sure that them United States dollars is going to go real big wherever he's from. Like 18 wheeler long in his country. But I know I wouldn't want to stay there. So, just out of nowhere, we got these mysterious tweets. Now, Twitter, I got a lot of Twitter accounts. You know, I started out promoting music. As I learned my way around the internet, I was promoting music for up-and-coming artists because I had no desire to make beats anymore. But Twitter is a funny place. To me, 1/4 of the tweets I think on Twitter are completely fake. Like, if you just really sit there and just go to like a trending topic and just study the tweets and just look and just keep looking, you'll see the same tweets. They'll just be from different people. The exact same tweet. Or this one might have an extra word. Same tweet. And then something else too. You got black people using correct English and grammar. When black people make it their business to be the opposite of whatever you're supposed to do. So on all your other tweets, they was, you know, we lit, we crunk, we on fleek and all this shit. But then when it comes to these particular tweets, they're, I would like to know who is responsible for the decisions that are made. I mean, you know, what fucking 18-year-old says that? And you go back and look at the rest of their tweets. But anyway, I've never been hacked before. I've had some people destroy my YouTube channel. I've had people destroy my damn computer, send me a double Trojan horse through the YouTube. I've had people attack the shit out of my YouTube channel. I got a gaming channel. and they attacked it because my view and my take on making the video for the channel is unique, and they don't like it. My thumbnails look nothing like theirs. I think theirs look great, but so I've never had a hacked account. Never. Hacked account to me means you left something open. Now, I've been someplace, like on Facebook, for example, and walked out of somebody's house and forgot to log out, and it was all in my shit, all up in it, front to back. That's my fault. That's my fault. I can get mad and be like, that's fucked up. You should have just logged it out. Or if that would have been me and I came up on your shit open, I just would have closed it out. Because I don't care. So all this hack shit, that's like no comment to me that my Twitter was hacked. People know people's passwords. Some people don't have passwords. You just open up the computer and cut it on. And, I'm not going for it. I hacked Twitter. And what the tweet says, it says, Porzingis said his Twitter account was hacked and then he did not send out a post with the Los Angeles Clippers and 3 smiley face emojis. I was hacked last night and the post was made from my account. I have alerted Twitter and they are looking into the incident, he wrote on Twitter. Porzingis added that he does not use the emojis published in the post. Okay, that means he did it from somebody else's phone on his account. He just logged in on somebody else's phone. Maybe he logged in on the helper's Android, because I went 5 years without a phone. I had a tablet. I can't keep up with shit. So the less stuff I have when I go somewhere, the better off I am. And keeping up with a phone is not high on my list of priorities. So I didn't have a phone for 5 years. But now I got one. An Android 7, whatever it's called, Nougat. But they're pretty complicated. But there's plenty of emojis and all that kind of stuff. You can lock each individual app on the phone. Like you could leave the phone itself open, but you could lock your Facebook and your Instagram. And just, or you could lock, just particular things instead of just completely locking the phone or whatever. So I thought that was interesting. So for him to say that he doesn't use emojis is telling. That's saying I did it, in my opinion. Allegedly. He did it. He's playing a game now. See, he's had all year to think about how he was going to come about his game when it came time to play it. And when I talk about basketball, he was smart to stay silent. Like, I always wonder, how in the hell is even Twitter still around? Besides current news. If I want to find out what's going on, I'll go to Twitter. You're going to get the truth. Real time. But as far as this hacked account shit, I mean, really? Really? Are you serious? Yeah, he's serious. And he did it. So a representative says that the New York Knicks forward was sleeping when the tweet about the LA Clippers was published on his account, and that the account was apparently hacked. On Saturday evening, a tweet was published from Porzingis' account that read, LA Clippers, with 3 smiley face emojis. I got a scenario for you. How about Porzingis and Carmelo go to the Clippers for Paul and Griffin? There it is. There it is. That's enough right there. You know, they got to have some draft picks here. You get an 18 or a 19 and a 20 second round or something. How about that? Because to me, since Adam Silver took over the NBA, it's been garbage. That's my personal opinion. He's done a horrible job, I think. He took the product of itself, the NBA, and hid it on cable, on ESPN and TNT. Well, TNT, you know, they've been around forever, but it's a flawed product. The draft is flawed. The whole system. Now they want to let them start getting them from high school again. But anyway, so he didn't have the talks, the exit talks or whatever you do before you leave for your summer with the team. He just left and went back to his home country and played allegedly for his national team in some capacity. Allegedly. So, does he have in his contract where he can just play basketball? I mean, because he's at risk if he's in his home country playing basketball other than, you know, practicing and staying in shape. I'm pretty sure the Knicks have some sort of person that they speak to there, keeps an eye on him when he goes to a gym or something or facility. I'm sure he goes to something very private. But is that against his contract? Is he going rogue? Is he upset because he feel like he's been lied to? He was sold a dream that he was coming to play basketball for the number one valued team in the number one market in the number one city in the world, New York. 24-hour nightlife, plenty of women, plenty of Escalades to be chauffeured around in, plenty of places to go. That's cool. I'm pretty sure he was excited about it. But now, not so much. 2 years, not so much. You know, some people do shit because they love it. And when they love it, all the fake people around you make it hard to do. Because everybody else is full of shit and fake. Phony. They ain't keeping it real. They ain't never keeping it real. They around, but they ain't real. They there because they gotta be. And then they're gone. And then they're back. Wouldn't that be something? You talking about exciting. You know, nobody's trying to push Melo out the door. I don't even know how old he is, and I ain't gonna look it up. I'm gonna get me a Google Home in here just for that. But nobody's pushing him out the way. All this coming off the bench. Where? Where he's gonna come off the bench at? The fuck out of here, man. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. If you think this man's gonna go someplace and come off the fucking bench, please. Not only is that a slap in the face, that's blasphemy. So imagine if him and Porzingis been talking and planning. Like, hey man, you see how they doing me? They gonna do you the same way. And maybe he was like, yeah, I see that. He said, what do you think we should do? Hey, maybe we should go to the West Coast. Let's get out this conference. And let's go shit as far as we can that way from this way. How about that? How about Blake and CP3 come to New York? Right? DeAndre Jordan, he's not critical to anything anywhere as far as I'm concerned. If you can't shoot free throws and shit, 80% of your damn plays come from lobs and alley-oops. That ain't nothing. Maybe they should have let him stay down there in Dallas. Maybe they would have won. Maybe they went further. Maybe that's the problem. Like I'm on the new campaign on the game now. When I play against a homie, it's all layups. We're laying it up with class. I'm using the Timberwolves. And Ricky Rubio is doing his mastery. And my homie likes to use Washington Wizards. He tries to bull charge me and run me over with wall and run past me and dunk. But Rubio always takes him to school. Majority of the time. But that would be an interesting scenario. Carmelo could go a lot of places, I think. But I don't know if, maybe it's about contracts or whatever. But I think that would be a fit. I think that New York would get more. They would get the draft pick. See, Griffin's been hurt 2 or 3 times. Hand, knee, this, that. So he's not an Iron Man. And Chris Paul, he gets hurt, but him getting hurt is different because that's just him giving it 110%. That's why he gets hurt. But with Porzingis being the unicorn and being so futuristic in his game, because he's got some game, I think he's been held back. I didn't think Ben Simmons for the 76ers was ready. That's why he didn't play. My personal opinion. They're going to be in the mix. And so is Boston. Because Boston has the picks. And the 76ers had the players. They got all the juice. But if you be smart, you go ahead and go to the West Coast and get out of the conference. The Eastern Conference is a mess. I'm telling you. They need to quit making cakes and start making something else. Get a cupcake pan or something. Try something else, because ain't nobody buying them slices. I ain't. But, Porzingis knew that he would come to the NBA crossroads one day. But I didn't think he figured he'd get there in 2 years. It's pretty quick. And we don't know what he's going to do. Everybody's all excited about these tweets and all this stuff. And, we got a representative saying he's asleep. Have you, what kind of backup to know he didn't do it is that? He was asleep. Was he? Or was he wide awake? What does it even matter? He was in the shower. Allegedly. Says the representative. Or he was swinging a golf club at the time of the tweet. He could have been doing anything. But sleep? That sounds fishy. So, I give him 100 on the start of his game that he's fixing to play with them. That would be something else. We're going to see. But this has been Getting Rich Off Mondo. Episode 4. Down in the comments below. Let me know how you feel. If you think that this is something that could happen, or if I'm full of shit. Let me know. Appreciate you.